Well, I'd say people don't generally fire people they love. So, like, I don't know. I think the reality is it doesn't always work. It doesn't always work forever. And as an entrepreneur, you get that, right? It's not the first time I've come to the end of the line. But if you're an entrepreneur and you're super malleable and you do everything you're told, you don't actually end up being a successful entrepreneur. Well, I got my Martello shirt on because that's one thing I got to spend a bit more time on. I was actually CEO of that for the last 6 years while also doing Canopy. And what I want to do is turn to it so we can actually execute growth with more acquisitions and a little more crank on that. And pretty busy with a local company called Ruckify, which is in the business of allowing you to, instead of buying something, Ruckify it. And so we just raised a few $1 million from some really notable people. Company's got operations in Ottawa and Calgary, soon Nashville and Austin. And so those two should keep me busy for the rest of the week. Well, you know, I've only spent like 6.5, almost 7 years of every minute of every day and quite a few hours most nights in the middle of the night working on creating Canopy Tweets. So, you know, you're sad. But if I was 27, I'd be mad. But instead I'm sad. And I'm sad because, you know, you don't think you're going to run something forever, but you don't necessarily expect it to end. Part of the benefit of getting older is you've seen a few more things. So when you put in a really big check, and Constellation wrote first about a $500 million, $245 million, $245 million company. And then they wrote a $5 billion check. The $5 billion bought 17%. So when you write a $5 billion check, that means you get more board seats. And the board, it's like a relationship. When you change one part, some things don't always work out. And so we've been working through and working away, but we weren't getting as much done as they wanted or I wanted, and so ultimately they have the choice to have a new chair and a new CEO. And so Mark will work through a transition. I suspect the application box will be crazy because here's this company that is #1 on the planet, has a big market cap, has a whole bunch of clinical research, has a whole bunch of intellectual patents, like almost 100 patents, with a big bank account. You just take that job as CEO, that's a good starting spot. I think it's just a bit of a window dressing thing. It's not actually, even in the fourth quarter, most of our losses were essentially stock-based compensation, which isn't real money. What it is we give options to everybody in the company. And when you give them to everybody and they work really hard, the value of the company goes way up, which means on an accounting basis, you go, oh my gosh, they gave away $200 million of value we've got to account for. Well, you know what actually happened is by giving everybody stock and getting to be a really good team, we drove the hell out of this thing, and all of a sudden it goes up, and we start taking over the world. So I think on an internal model, we were within 1% of our margin model. You know, nobody expected us to be profitable in Canada until Q4, which is in like Q1 of 2020. We didn't get to here by cutting corners. We spent a lot of money. We built up amazing global assets. We got almost 6 million square feet in Canada that we're building out, 4.5 already done. We got plants in 5 or 6 countries, like physical plants. I think Canopy's in a great spot. I think the sector has too many players who are just too small. Like, it's going to be very hard to actually do science when you have, you know, 40,000 square feet of something. This is a big game with a lot of cash needs. My biggest challenge today isn't that I'm leaving the company, but there's nothing as exciting as what I was doing. That was phenomenal. Like, I think the last time Canada had a position of such advantage in a field that's so relevant, it was either penicillin or a phone call, right? Like, this is not happening out of Canada very often.